Hello friends, in today's video we are going to learn about longest palindromic subsequence. So to solve this problem we need to know what is a subsequence and what is a palindrome. Okay, so first of all, what is a subsequence? Subsequence of a sequence is generated by removing 0 or more characters from it without changing the order. For example, see this word BACB. Suppose I am removing A, then BCB will be a subsequence, and here I have generated all the subsequence for this particular word BACB. As you can see here, subsequence of length 1 is BACB. Subsequence of length 0 is this. So basically what I have done here is, here I have removed A, C and B and kept only this B. In this subsequence, I kept A and removed B, C and B and so on. Okay. So now what is a palindrome? So palindrome is a word or sequence of characters which read same from forward and backward. For example, you can see rotator, caret and race car. So first of all, let's see caret. So if I will write it in backward direction, then also it will be CARAC. This C I have written here, this A I have written here, R here, A here and C here. And you can check for these two examples also. These two examples are also a palindrome. Now friends, what is the longest palindromic subsequence? So as you can see here, this is all the subsequence which can be generated from this particular word, that is BACB. So what are the palindromes here? First of all, let's choose one length palindrome, and that will be BACB. All the one character word is a palindrome. Now check how many two length palindrome we have here. So we have only BB. And three length palindrome. This one is not a palindrome. This one is a palindrome. BAB is a palindrome. BCB, it is a palindrome. ACB, it is not a palindrome. If we will write it in backward direction, it will be BCA. So these two are not equal. Similarly, BACB is not a palindrome. Now see, in total we have 7 palindromes here. These are of length 1, length 2 and length 3. So what is longest palindrome subsequence? Palindromic subsequence with maximum length. And what is the maximum length here? 3. So 3 is our answer. And you can see here we can have multiple longest palindromic subsequence in a word. So friends, what we are going to do now? We will see brute force solution for this thing. Okay? So for brute force solution, what we are going to do? We will take an example. Suppose I have a character. Suppose I have a word, and in it character are x1, x2, x3 to xn. So to generate a subsequence from it, what we can do? Let's take example of first character. In our subsequence, there can be this character and there cannot be this character. That is, either we can take this character or we will ignore this character. So for first character, we have two options. That is to keep it or remove it. Similarly for x2, we have two options. Either to keep it or remove it while generating subsequence. Similarly for x3 we have two options, and to xn we have two options. So basically how many subsequence that can be generated from word of length n? 2 to the power n. So subsequence that can be generated is equal to 2 to the power n. So what we are going to do in brute force solution? First of all, we are going to generate all the subsequence, and for each subsequence we are going to check whether it is a palindrome or not. And if it is a palindrome, we will compare it with whether it is a maximum length palindrome or not. Okay? So let's see how much time this approach will take. So what will be the time complexity of brute force approach? So first of all, we will generate all subsequence. Okay? Generate all subsequence, and for each subsequence we will check whether it is a palindrome or not. Okay? So to generate all subsequence, we will need order of 2n. Okay? And to check if that what is a palindrome or not, it will be order of n. Why order of n? See, if we are going to generate subsequence, then the maximum length subsequence is of length n. So to check it, we need order of n time in our brute force solution. So total time complexity will be 2 to the power n into n. And 2 to the power n. So as you can see here, it is an exponential solution. And do we want exponential solution? No. Okay? So what we are going to do next is, we will search a recursive equation for this. Why? Because we want to see whether we can apply dynamic program here or not. Okay, friends? So to derive recursive equation, let's take an example of word having n characters. And what are these characters? x1, x2, x3, x4 to xn minus 1 and xn. So how we are going to solve this recursively? To solve this recursively, I will have two pointers. One will be I and another will be j. So what are these I and j? I will point to the first letter and j will point to the last letter. So what we are going to do now? We will match whether these two characters are same or not. That is character at ith position and character at jth position. And if these two characters are same, that means we have got a LPS of 2. That is longest palindromic subsequence. And now what we will do is, I will remove x1 from it and xn from it. And then our word will become x2 to xn minus 1. And I will find LPS in it. Okay? So this is our case 1. That is, I am matching first and last character and these two characters are equal. And one more thing, suppose I have a LPS function which will calculate LPS for us, that is longest palindromic subsequence. So what I am going to do it? I will make a recursive call to 2 plus LPS of I plus 1 j minus 1. What will this do? Now, or I will move to here and j will move to here. That is, our word will become this. Okay? So, I am going to find LPS in this particular word. So, this is our case 1. And then what is our case 2? In case 2, suppose I am matching first and last character. Okay? And these two characters are not equal. So what we are going to do? First of all, we will make two words. And what will be our word 1? in word 1, I will remove first x1. So word will become x2 to xn, and I will create one more word, and in that particular word I will ignore xn. So what will it become? Word 2 will become x2 to xn minus 1. Then what we are going to do is, we will find LPS of this word and LPS of this word, and from here we are going to choose the max. So basically our case 2 is, we will match the last two characters, and if those two characters are not matching, then I will give a call to LPS of I plus 1 j, that is I am removing x1 from our word, and second case is, we will make a recursive call to I j minus 1, that is I am removing xn, and I will pick maximum. Okay. So now let's see base case. What will be our base case? So for base case, suppose x is equal to, I is equal to j, and if I is equal to j, that means I have only one character friend. Okay. So in that case, what we are going to do is, if I is equal to j, means I have only one character, and if I have one character, for example ABCD, what is LPS here? 1 only. So what we will return? We will return 1. Okay. And what will be another base case? See, I am increasing I and I am decreasing j. So there can be a case when I can be greater than j, and it can happen. Okay. So in this case, what will we return? We will return 0, because we will have nothing to match now. Okay. So friends, these are our base case. Now let's write the full program, Python program. So to write function, we need to define it. Def of LPS. LPS will be our function. It will take two parameters, I and j. I will point to the first character and j will point to the last character. So whatever our base case, if I is greater than j, in this case I will have nothing to match. So what I will do? I will return 0. What will be our second base case? If I is equal to j, that is word length is 1, and in this case I will return 1. And now let's come to the third case, that is we will match the last character x1, x2 to xn. We will match first and last character, and if these characters come out to be same, if word of I is equal to word of j, then what we are going to do? We have got a LPS of length 2. So we will return 2 plus LPS of I plus 1 j minus 1. That is, we have removed x1 and xn. That is xn minus 1. This will be our new word. I will be pointing to x2, j will be pointing to xn minus 1, and now we are going to find LPS in this word. And how we are going to do it? Recursively. Now come to the last case. If those two characters are not equal, so what we will do first? First we will remove x1. So our word will become x2 to xn, and in second case our word will become In second case, I will remove xn. So what will become? x2 to xn minus 1. So first of I will find LPS in this word and then LPS in this one, then I will choose the max one. So now let's write it. First of all, I will make a call to LPS of I plus 1 j, and again I will make a call to LPS of I j minus 1, and finally what we will do? We will pick maximum and we are going to return this value. Okay friends, so this is our Python program. So what we are going to do next is we will execute this program in laptop and see how this program is performing.
As you can see here, this is our recursive program to find out longest palindromic subsequence of a word. Okay, so what we are going to do now is we will execute this program for few different words. As you can see here, the first word which I am taking is CDEBB. So here the LPS will be BB and its length will be 2. Now what we are going to do? We will execute this code. So now let's find out the value. So as you can see here, 82, which is correct. Now what we are going to do? Now change the word. So this time word will be BBAB. So the LPS will be BB, B and B, and its length will be 4. Now let's find out the answer through program. As you can see here, it is correct, 4. Now try another option. So as you can see here, this time the word which I am taking is character and the LPS will be CARAC. So now let's execute the program. So as you can see here, longest palindromic subsequence here is 5, and you can see here its length is 5. Now try the last option, race car. Race car is a palindrome in itself. So the length would be 7. Now let's find it out through program. So as you can see here, it is giving us 7 as the answer. So which is correct. Now what we are going to do? We will see how our execution time is increasing when we are increasing the length of word. So as you can see here, this is our word A, B, C, D, E, F, G, S to Z. And why I have taken this example? In this example, we are not going to get a matching character. So every time those max LPS of I plus 1 j comma I j minus 1 part will be called. That is, every time we are going to call two function, as you can see here. Okay, here we are calling two functions. So our recursion tree will grow to its fullest, which we are going to see in detail in our next video. Now let's execute our program for word when word is from A to V. So the length would be 22, and let's see how much time it will take. So it is taking approximately 1 second. Now what we are going to do? We will append one character BW. We will append W here. Length of word will become 23. Now let's see how much time it will take. So as you can see here, it has taken 1.59 seconds, which is approximately 2 times greater than the time taken when length was 22. Now let's append one more character, WX. I am going to append X. As you can see here, length of word is 24. Now again what I will do? I will find out LPS. So let's see. So as you can see here, it is taking 3.15 seconds. So basically here also you will be noticing that when length was 23, time taken was 1.59, and length of 24, time taken is 3.15, which is 2 times greater approximately. Now append one more character. This time I am appending Y, and as you can see here, length of word is 25, and now let's see how much time it is taking. So it will take approximately 6 to 7 seconds, which will be 2 time, yeah, see 6.31. It is approximately not exactly 2 times greater than time taken by length equal to 24. Okay friends. So as you can see here, as the input size is increasing, the program execution time is increasing doubling. So basically we can say that the recursive program for finding longest palindromic subsequence is an exponential program. So what we will do next? In next video, we will do an analysis for our recursive program. Okay? And we will see if we can apply dynamic programming here or not. And one more thing, we will find out the time complexity of this program mathematically also. And friends, if you have liked this video, then please like, share and subscribe, and thanks a lot for watching.